Hello there guys, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're all keeping well, hope you're all having a good week. Today's video, I just wanted to talk about the quotes which Gareth Bale has come out and said in the last couple of hours today actually. I think he's currently away on international duty with Wales. I'm going to put the quotes up on the screen in a minute. This has come from Sky Sports. Thought it was really interesting where he's basically discussing his future. Obviously, he's on loan from Real Madrid this year. Spurs, I think they're paying £250,000 of his 650 grand a week wages. Obviously, Real Madrid heavily subsidising his wages at the moment. But yeah, I'll just read out what he said. It's just regarding his future. So he's put, "There's no distraction for me. I think the main reason I come to Spurs this year was to play football first and foremost. Going into the Euros, I wanted to be match fit. The original plan was to do a season at Spurs and then after the Euros have a year left at Real Madrid. My plan is to go back. That's as far as I have planned." So it's quite interesting to see, that he is planning on returning back to Real Madrid at the end of the season. He's played 26 games this season. He's scored 10 goals. Obviously 31 years old now. I think it was agreed that, most Spurs fans can agree that at the beginning of the season, he started off very slow. Obviously when we confirmed the loan deal, there was a lot of excitement around him returning. I thought that, a lot of Spurs fans were excited to see him and Son and Kane in a front three, potential title challengers they were talking about, but hasn't really gone very well. Obviously he started off very slow. There was a spell just before Christmas where he wasn't even coming off the bench. He was really struggling to get a game. Really picked up form, toward in late January, February time. Obviously, I think he scored 6 goals in 5 games in the Europa League. Obviously scored a really good goal in the Premier League. I think he got 2 against Burnley, didn't he, in the Premier League? But yeah, I think it's just been a little bit underwhelming, hasn't it? I think that, the return of him was never going to be what we saw of him when he went to Real Madrid for 100 million that season before he went to Real Madrid. Obviously, he was one of the best players in the world then, but I think, could we have expected a little bit more from him as Spurs fans, as neutral fans of the Premier League? It's tricky, isn't it? Because he has obviously been through a hell of a run with Real Madrid. Obviously, he won the 4 Champions Leagues, but then injuries really did settle in and his body just seemed to have really changed his style of play. Obviously, he seems to have lost that little bit of explosive pace. He's still obviously got the brilliant left foot. He's great technically, but I think he's adapted his game, and I do think there is a future for him at the club if he can maintain his fitness. But obviously, there are questions around his attitude. Is he as motivated as he once was to play football? Obviously, he's a huge golf fan and stuff like that. I think he can still offer something at a Premier League team, but I don't think that Spurs want to commit financially to such a big deal to sign him on a permanent, and that's why he's going to go back. I don't think Jose Mourinho necessarily rates him as highly as a lot of other people do. Obviously, there was the incident earlier on in the season where there was a video where you think you can hear him say to Bale, where you think you can hear Jose say to Bale, look, it's either go to Real Madrid or stay with us. So there's obviously, a little bit of friction with him. I think that when he come off in the North London derby, he wasn't too happy either. But yeah, I just thought the quotes were interestingly timed. Obviously, what is it? Kind of 8 to 10 weeks left of the season remaining now. Is he eyeing up another move away from Real Madrid, in the summer? Not sure what he's going to do. Obviously, the wages, he's on a huge wage. Zidane doesn't rate him. It hasn't worked out at Spurs. So, yeah, let me know what your thoughts are regarding Gareth Bale, his future at the club. Obviously, he said he's planning on going back to Real Madrid in the summer. So, yeah, let me know what you think. Until next time, guys, take care. See you later. Thanks a lot.